And we're going to be doing some remedial exercises today. What I mean by remedial is the exercises that Doug is going to perform are actually going to help address some muscle imbalances that he had when he came in. The first exercise we're going to do is a remedial exercise, and we call this the Swiss ball bridge to knee flexion. And Doug's going to get down here and demonstrate. He's going to lay down on the floor. And this is known as a Swiss ball. Some people call it a physio ball or an exercise ball, but it's a 55-centimeter ball. Doug's going to lay down, and what he's going to do is his knees are going to be slightly bent, and he's going to elevate his pelvis off the floor, roll the ball to him by flexing his knees, and then extending the knees and bringing the hips back down to the starting position. And as he does this exercise, he's engaging the glute muscles, the hamstring muscles, and stabilizer muscles of the pelvis and lower back. Those muscles tend to be very weak throughout the population. Doesn't matter what your job is, we tend to see people coming through the door. And all this is known as the posterior chain. Posterior chain are all the muscles in the posterior, the back side of the body, that tend to get weak. And so by performing this exercise, he can increase his strength and thereby remediate that muscle imbalance that he has. Another thing people don't realize is many times knee pain is caused by weak hamstrings and gluteal muscles because people get quadricep dominant. And so Doug was quadricep dominant when we tested and evaluated him when he came in. And so this is a good exercise for that. The next exercise we're going to do works the posterior side of the body too, but this time the focus is going to be on the neck extensors and the retractors of the shoulder, the scapula, and the lower trapezius muscles, ones that tend to bring the shoulders back. Because, as I stated before, the forward head, forward shoulder position is very common throughout the population, especially people who have jobs where they're sitting or they're in front of a computer like Doug does. So Doug's going to perform this exercise. The name of this exercise is a Swiss ball prone T exercise. And Doug's going to lay over the ball. It takes a little bit of stabilizing, a little effort to stabilize there on the ball. He's going to take dumbbells. And what he's going to do is he's going to bring the dumbbells out away and then back down. And we're going to turn them in this way. Good. And then he's going to turn them the other way and supinate. And if you notice, he's supinating, then he's pronating his hands. What that does is just emphasizes some of the muscles a little bit differently in the posterior part of the lower back and the shoulder. It's a very good exercise. It actually works the rotator cuff muscles, the posterior deltoid muscles, the rhomboid muscles, and the lower trapezius muscles. All of those muscles are very important in keeping the shoulder blades back, especially the rhomboids and the trapezius, the lower trapezius muscles. These muscles tend to be weak. When Doug came in, he was especially weak in this area, so we really had to focus on these types of remedial exercises before he can move on and do other exercises that work the anterior part of the body, because those muscles are already shortened from the sitting and the forward head and shoulder position that he's in every day when he's in front of the computer. So a lot of what we do is make sure that we look and find any imbalances that someone may have, and then remediate those imbalances, and then take them through the regular exercises that someone would do as part of a regular program. It's very important to understand, too, that muscular conditioning and strengthening is very important, but so is cardiovascular conditioning. One of the things that Doug is doing is he is performing interval training where he performs a series of 3 exercises in a row of resistance training, and then he comes over and does a 60 to 90-second interval to train his cardiovascular system. And so in a little over 1 hour, we can get the best of both worlds, where he's getting cardiovascular conditioning and also muscle strengthening and conditioning. So it's a good way to combine them, especially if time is an issue and you can only train, let's say, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, or even twice a week. It's a very good way to combine the workout and get what you need in an hour or so. And that's what we're doing here with Doug. As part of Doug's exercise program, we are training the full body. This is a lower body exercise. It really is a full body exercise, but emphasizes the lower body. He's doing an assisted split squat where he's inside a power rack and he's using the safety catches on the power rack to assist himself through the exercise as he moves through the range of motion. And this works the glutes, the hamstrings, the quadriceps, all the lower body.
I hope today's show has provided you with some valuable information and practical advice for starting your exercise program. Whether you choose to join a club, use a personal trainer, or team up with a friend, adding regular exercise into your daily routine can have lifelong positive results. For Being Well, I'm Lori Casey.